Hello, during today's session, you're going to learn what is a chatbot and how to create one chatbot by using Python with one simple and basic code. So let's start sharing the screen and let's go to page one. Now, as per you can see here on this Python file, I have defined what is a chatbot on the first lines, and then I continue with some context related to this mini project. So seeing this, let's start with the first line that says, what is a chatbot? And for that, the answer is a chatbot is a software or computer program that simulates human conversation through text or voice interaction. Now, if we want to consider one example for that definition, we could consider one customer support dialog box on websites such as, for example, e-commerce, or other cases for virtual assistants with voice such as Google, Alexa, or Siri. Now, related to the mini project objective, I have defined it that the main objective will be to building a basic chatbot to remotely request the reset a modem. That means we are going to recreate this remotely reset. So don't expect to really reset a real modem, a physical modem. Now, the justification or customer need for that mini project is that we are thinking on one need where user wants to reset its modem by using a chatbot assistant. Now, following the next workflow, the scenario says that given the user has been registered in the system and the system has generated and assigned a valid user ID, then the user can access or could access to the chatbot menu by introducing its valid user ID. And from there, the user should be able to reset its modem by selecting one option number. Now, talking about specifications related to this scenario, we could consider two main specifications. The first one is that user ID must be equal to 123, means that the user ID that is generated by the system and the user ID that we need to validate just in the code before starting that interaction with the chatbot will be 123 number. Means user needs to introduce this user ID equal to 123. Now, second specification talk about the reset option. And here it says that the reset option must be applied by typing 7 number. Now, let's go further on to comment what I have just explained. And let's start with the most important, which is the code. So as we want to start this dialog box interaction with the chatbot, the first thing that I would like to define is one welcome message, and that will be by using one variable. But on the other hand, I want to use the same variable to hold on, to request the user ID, please. Okay, welcome to chatbot application. So please introduce your user ID, right? And we are requesting this because as per we could remember the scenario and the specifications, we need to apply the first validation related to the user ID. Means if the user doesn't introduce the approved ID, which is 123, then user should not be able to continue interacting with chatbot. However, if user introduce 123 number, which is the valid user ID, in that case, the user could continue with the chatbot interaction and request the reset option. Now, so we have the variable welcome that we are using to display the welcome message plus requesting the user ID. So what's the next? The next will be to create one user ID variable because we want to pass the user input, the user ID to that variable so that we could verify if the user ID it's equal to what we really require, right? In this case is the 123 number. So in case that user introduce a valid user ID, then the user, well, not the user, the chatbot should display the next message that says, hello, plus, I want to leave some spaces, plus, select the required service, right? Because as you know, we are considering, for example, the cases where we are offering a package of services that include, for example, I don't know, internet, cable, mobile, anything else. But for this, we need to select the right service, which should be internet services, because we need to request one reset modem, right? So we are going to use this variable to validate that a user, if user has introduced the right user ID or the approved user ID, which is 123. Then if this is correct, we're going to print the hello message, select the required service. And then we need to create one additional variable called services to apply the same function to display one additional message by requesting type, for example, number 1 for internet services, or type number 2 for TV services. Now, once that we have used this variable, displaying this message and receiving this input, we need to verify if services variable is equal to 1, because we want to start the restart process, right? So we need to start from the internet services. So if services is equal to 1, means that it's equal to internet services. Then, and just then, we can use one reset variable as message and input to request the next action, which is pressing the 7 number to reset the modem, or 8 option, 8 number to be transferred with an agent. But now remember, we are trying to following up the happy path, means that the user in this case is going to select the 7th option, which is going to display the next message. Your modem is restarting and please don't disconnect your devices, and this will interrupt the reset. So thank you. And there we go. Now let's verify that this code works, if that code works. So we have one first issue. If user ID invalid syntax, if user ID is equal, yeah, it's equal. Now let's run it. Yeah. So I missed one equal sign. So if user ID is equal to 1, 2, 3, then we print all that, right? So let's start from scratch. Welcome to chatbot application. Please introduce your user ID. Welcome message, and we are requesting the user ID, right? And remember, for that we have the specification that says that we need to introduce this number. So let's type a different number and see what's happening. See? we are not continuing with the chatbot interaction. Now let's run it again and let's type the user ID that has been specified, right? So 1, 2, 3, correct. So if user ID is equal to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, then we're going to print hello plus select the required services. Hello, select the required services, and we're going to display the next message, type number 1 for internet services, type number 2 for TV services, right? And here I want to continue with the happy path, which are required to type one number because we want to access to internet services. From there, as per this was selected if services was equal 1. Yeah, services was equal 1. That was my input. Then we display the next message. Please press 7 number to reset the modem. Please press 7 number to reset the modem, or 8 number to be transferred with 1 agent, or 8 number to be transferred with 1 agent, right? So remember, the main objective is to reset modem. So we need to press the 7 or type the 7 option, 7 number, and here we go. Your modem is restarting. Please don't disconnect your devices, and this could interrupt the reset. Thank you. Your modem is restarting. Please don't disconnect your devices. This could interrupt the reset. Thank you. So this is it. This is one example. Just remember a basic example of how to build and how to, well, first, how to build a chatbot, and second, how to interact with chatbot, or how chatbot interact with the final user. Now, remember, here is a quick recap. What is a chatbot? And just remember this. An analogy for chatbot could be a dialog box when we have this kind of predefined interaction with the code, with the machine, and then from there we could have more complex 3 conditions by using audio and other kind of I don't know options. And for that we could consider something like one example, Google, Alexa, or Siri. So I really hope that this could be useful for you, and see you on the next sessions. Thank you.